flop around. Oh, I get it. Yesterday in the first quarter of the Bengals-Ravens game, one Vontaze Burfict shoved Steve Smith to the ground a couple of times, and then he flopped like a soccer player when Smith retaliated. He was called with the penalties, Smith was. Burfict, no punishment. Okay, we're all very familiar with the greatest hits of one Vontaze Burfict. Should he be proud of this flop?
I think he should, but I think he should be very, very proud of this. He definitely has a place in Hollywood if football doesn't work out.
Look at this.
These type of plays right here, they're not going to be excluded until there are fines imposed, just like the NBA.
Yeah.
It was the arm swing up that really sold it for me. It was kind of Meryl Streepish.
How dare you insult Meryl Streep?
I'm just saying.
Jeez, Meryl Streep.
That's not real.
That's a real actor right there. That was like the Daniel Little leg at the end.
Let me ask you this. Who's better, Burfict or Marcus Smart?
Oh, Burfict by far. This is the crown jewel of flopping. Let me tell you why. Most flopping is you trying to sell. You're trying to sell that something happened, and that's a one-way transmission. What Burfict did was, I actually did something. And then I sold that I didn't do anything, and then got you in trouble. That's the crown jewel.
Burfict was perfect.
He got it perfectly. He did wrong and got the flag.
That's insane.
I'm going with Marcus Smart just because he's more experienced. I always go with the more experienced actor in these situations.
He does have a greater IMDb page of flops.
Yes.
If you were going to try to compare the two.
But he did. What categorizes him as more experienced?
Oh, well, you know what? He's got variety in his flops. He can go from one direction completely to the other direction.
Like
defeat signs. Yeah, he can.
He's done it in the air before. The one in the air is the best one.
The one in the air is the greatest flop.
And he goes full body. He doesn't just half do it.
Yeah, it's a big dude.
Everything.
It's a big dude giving it all.
He's all in.
Yes, all in.
I don't like this last one, but we're going to end the A block on that. So you're welcome. The Dak Daddy. You'll see why we're uncomfortable in a second. Cowboys are now 10-1 after beating Washington on Thanksgiving. A game which featured a pretty impressive stiff arm from Dak Prescott. This week, Jerry Jones praised his quarterback's running ability, stating, quote, "When he puts that stiff arm out, you quit worrying about him a little bit. He's the daddy when he does that." To which Dak replied, "I don't know what that means. I have no kids. Don't want any." Your thoughts on just Jerry Jones saying daddy at all, really?
Sounds like a granddaddy.
He's an old man, right?
That's your dude. You pray for him.
I'm just as perplexed as Dak is with that situation. I don't know. I don't even really know how to respond to that.
You were never Jerry's daddy at one point?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at you gazing into his eyes. Oh, hey, daddy. It's Mia Romo. It's Mia Whitten. Hey, daddy.
I should have known y'all had some clips. Oh, man.
Protect the star. Yes, you did.
That's my owner. That's my owner.
Yeah, right.
My owner.
That's uncomfortable now.
Yes.
More than it was a second ago.
Okay, let's get a little serious with this, even though we understand that we're all perplexed. Let's be real. Dak Prescott was forced to be humble. Now, remember, he had that altercation in the fight when he was on vacation. Remember when that happened? Now, this will happen to Dak. Two things. One, he found himself in the center of that because he was Dak Prescott, the man. And two, because he was the man, he didn't remove himself from that moment. What did he learn? Humility. Now he knows that no matter if it's my opponent or my friends, I'm going to stay humble no matter what it is, because last time I got a little bigger than myself, things came crashing down on him. So he learned a valuable lesson that even Jerry Jones can't sway him from learning and executing on.
But just because he got a valuable lesson doesn't all mean you suddenly become a daddy. I mean, that's the thing.
But that's what it means. He doesn't want to son kids. He doesn't want to son opponents. He doesn't want to son other guys out there because he knows if you start believing that you are the daddy of those moments, sooner or later someone's going to son you.
Did you guys think of the elevator picture the second you heard Jerry Jones call somebody else daddy? That's when I got uncomfortable. Google that.
Oh, man.
Just Google.
I'm not Googling that.
Do it. Bad news. Time for 3 Jeers.
Mercy on my computer. No.
NSFW.
No.
Jordan Norwood. Oh,
Watch yourself.
Oh, God, everything went bad there.
T.O., why didn't you return punts as great as you were with the ball in your hand?
Good question.
Tell the truth.
That's scary.
Hey, that's a scary
stuff. That's scary stuff.
You was shook.
That's scary.
I'm glad you didn't.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Being
When those guys flying down there,
no joke,
I
right?
don't understand it at all. That's Dalton Parks, by the way.
That must be new turf.
I like how
Dear.
he encouraged himself afterwards.
Yeah.
He really did.
He's like, come on.
Come on, you got this.
You can do this.
You're better than that, 2-6. Come on. Portuguese soccer. Oh, my
is this another flop?
This one. Well, you know what? No matter how many great flops we have here in the United States,
Oh,
we'll
God.
never ever beat soccer.
Boy, it's going international now.
Look how he just threw his
I
leg.
know.
It's like, shut up.
That
Flop
is
is going-
ridiculous.
It was like it
Oh,
looked
it's raining, though.
later.
It's
to
fair.
like flop.
Yesterday, the Browns continued their march to a winless season, and all the losing seems to finally be getting to Coach Jackson. Does anyone here feel sorry for him?
Got quiet. This is Sports Nation.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Welcome back to Sports Nation, presented by Toyota.
Welcome back. Sunday. Oh, Cleveland Browns lost 27-13 to the Giants. It's their 12th straight loss of the season. They are now 4 losses away from joining the 2008 Lions as the only 0-16 teams in NFL history. Head coach Hugh Jackson.
Why are you proud of that?
Being 0-12 is probably the hardest thing ever.
Oh, I don't.
That was not
uncomfortable.
Denzel, by the way. Denzel would have given us a single tear.
One tear glory, baby. One tear glory, baby.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, that's it.
We can laugh and joke and, oh my God, 0-16, and you've been there, done that. But do you feel sorry for him?
Hell no. And I'm going to tell you, heartless, like I see players when they have bad games. Fitzpatrick has 6 interceptions.
Oof.
No matter what you say, I don't feel any sympathy for you. Let me tell you why. One, you did not inherit a 0-16 team. So somehow, some way, some percentage of you
Interesting.
has made this worse. 2, you got rid of players. You signed off on players that actually contributed in other teams. Taylor Gabriel. Did y'all watch him yesterday? Scored them touchdowns
Yes.
for the Atlanta Falcons. He got released by this Cleveland Browns team in September. You signed off on that. So what I'm starting to see is, despite how much we love Hugh Jackson in image, we're not seeing that in terms of him actually being a coach.
I totally agree with you. I think in this situation, you get what you signed up for. I agree. When you sign off on something, especially with players that are in your locker room that could help you gain wins, then it obviously falls on you. And I think a lot of that falls on the general manager, too. I think, again, he didn't inherit this 0-16 team.
No.
So I think going forward, now he has to assess where he goes from here. Hopefully he doesn't go 0-16, but right now he's staring at dead.
He didn't inherit an 0-16 team, but he did sign on for the Cleveland Browns. And so none of this is breaking news to him. You knew going into the situation.
That's fair.
You knew going into
Yeah,
the
I agree.
situation, this is a bad franchise.
Because you're saying he didn't inherit an 0-16 team, but he didn't inherit the Patriots either. Like,
Right.
It was rough.
He
when got
knew what he
there.
was signing up for. So no, I don't feel sorry for him. Those checks still cash you? Anything bounced?
No.
Then I'm not feeling sorry for you.
Yeah.
Wow, it's all about money
Okay,
with you.
I'll leave that
It's
alone.
all about money with you.
Heartless.
You are heartless. It's the holidays.
Paper.
Sticking with the Browns, why not? Why wouldn't we? Joel Pryor and Janoris Jenkins spent much of Sunday battling on the field, and then, yay for all of us, it carried over to Twitter afterwards. Jenkins had this to say about Pryor. Oh, help me out. You a poo eater. To me, you really sucks.
Poo eater.
Adding, he sucks. He caught balls in zone coverage. He a poo eater. To me, and of course, I have to change that. Pryor responded, you are a great corner, solid defender. You played a solid game. God bless. Good luck rest of the year. Those are amazing tweets. Worth noting, Pryor had 6 receptions for 131 yards. So I ask you,
All
What?
that did is validate what Pryor did.
Preach.
In terms of his production, he can only do what he's allowed to do. He can try to put as many points on the board as he can, catch as many balls as he can. Clearly they lost, but in this situation, Pryor was the bigger man in this situation.
so you like the kill him with kindness?
Absolutely.
Feedback.
Because
Pryor-
he did what he had to do. He caught 6 passes for 100. Yeah.
That's all he can do.
Yeah.
He won the day. Now, his team didn't win the game, but he
Right.
won the day
Right.
individually. And I hate this whole new category we started to create with receivers and cornerbacks. Oh, were you guarding me? Josh Norman wasn't in the slot. Dez got a couple passes with you.
Why do you
guarding.
hate it?
I don't like it because back in when you played, it just was like I went out there and whoever was against me, I balled out.
Exactly.
Now don't carve that up. Well, against zone, against man, against
What?
slot. Where does that come from? I just got to do my job, and that's
Absolutely.
catch footballs. And he did.
Absolutely.
I just love the fact there's 2 different kinds of shades. There's the full eclipse, which is obvious, everyone can see it. Then there's the gentle, you don't know you in shade until 2 days later.
Talk to me.
2 days later, he'll be like, oh, he just called me out. It sounds like he was getting a compliment, but 2 days later, he'll realize,
Well,
oh, man.
it's the equivalent of calling someone hun or Pookie. Like that's, I used to do. Prior me used to do that. I don't do that anymore.
That assumption on Twitter when you expect the troll to come back and it doesn't come back like you want
a
it.
nice person.
Oh, it's the worst.
You look great.
You want to delete your account. Like, damn it,
No,
start
I
over.
don't think Jennifer Singles want to do
He
that.
wanted some rebuttal, but he just didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
Didn't get it.
That's
It's,
the worst.
it's either do nothing at all or do that. Those are really your only options.
That's
More
real.
football. Rams Saints up 21 points in the fourth. Saints ran a trick play to go up 49-21 on the Rams, and their defensive coordinator, Gregg Williams, who of course you remember from Bountygate. Sean Payton celebrated on the sideline as his team racked up the points. And Mark Ingram afterwards said, quote, "We wanted to make sure Gregg Williams didn't come back and have a good time." Wow. Gregg Williams, a little embarrassed by the Saints. Cool, not cool?
Hey, the clock still had time on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
last
yeah.
I checked.
So put points on the board.
That's real.
all that's all I can see. I mean, all you can do is stop it.
But
in that
what am I
situation.
missing here? Because
Oh,
everyone got punished for Bountygate.
Oh, I know what you're missing
So do
here.
they think that Williams should have taken the entire fall somehow by himself? And
Well, this is what happened. The dynamics are this. Someone became the poster child of what
Right.
happened in Bountygate. And it should have been Gregg Williams, even though everyone was punished. So I'm thinking that the owner and you go down to the head coach, Sean Payton, they're sitting there saying, he had to dry snitch. Somehow, some way, this got bigger than the defense.
Really?
And guess what? Since he dry snitching, we're going to give him some stitches. And it's going to be 49 of them. And 4 quarters worth of it.
49 of
That's
them.
what happened in this situation. They all went wink, wink. You know, Gregg went to the NFL and said, we all have bosses. Somehow, some way, he passed the buck. And they went back and they made him pay for it.
That's specific. I like it.
That's real talk.
I personally don't think he ran a score up on him. I mean, the last time
What are you doing
because
right
the
now?
last time they scored, there was 10 minutes left for the fourth. If you look at the plays after that, they were running the football. All of Drew Brees' passes were short. If he really wanted to drop 60, he would have been throwing some deep passes.
You didn't
Once
think he
they-
looked on the sidelines, though? Like,
Oh, he was happy about
That
it.
energy,
but
that
different
excitement.
happy than just, hey, my team's doing well. It was more like, got him. You
I'm,
didn't
I'm,
feel
sure,
that?
I'm sure
Yeah.
that was part of it.
Y'all really think he
my,
was that
but my point
vindictive?
is,
Yeah, I do.
once
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got to the 49th
I do.
point, there were 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they got more conservative with their play calling. If they really wanted to run up the score, they could have done that.
Wait, you're not that vindictive?
No,
Oh.
no, I'm not. Sean just doesn't seem like that type of guy to me.
Wow.
Really?
Wow, okay. Oh, you not that vindictive,
For real?
huh?
No.
Okay, I'm going to go talk to McNabb, Hugh Douglas, and some other people. See.
That was just retaliation.
I'm sitting there on vindictive. I'm glad we here together. Boy, you trying to lie to people.
Like you said,
Very
sit
smooth.
down.
Sit
Sit down.
Overtime, game tied 27. Here we go. Broncos head coach Gary Kubiak chose to attempt a 62-yard field goal for the win instead of punting. Brandon McManus missed. Chiefs went on to score the winning field goal in the next drive. So obviously, it's Monday. We need to ask, should they just played for the tie?
Do I have a tie on?
No.
Exactly. I go for the
And neither
win.
does
No
she.
ties.
Exactly.
No
Do I
ties.
have a tie on?
No ties.
No.
I'm going for the win.
All right.
But isn't that what we always say? Okay, so this is the argument we always have. Exactly. We have these arguments after games.
Yeah.
Like, you should have not played scared. Is that not what we're always told?
Well, I love ties, unlike
Yeah.
y'all. I'm not wearing one. But guess what? I do like a tie in a football game. Here's the problem with this one. I actually love that he went for the win because we celebrate the offensive Hail Mary when you're at your 50-yard line, you throw it 65 yards and pray. How come we don't celebrate the special teams Hail Mary, which this was? This is a guy who's hit a 57-yarder before. You talk about the elements in Denver. He could maybe make a 62-yarder.
Because of the altitude?
The altitude.
Yes.
So all those things,
It
why
was
not?
long enough. It was just crooked.
Yeah, yeah.
There's been 6 kicks of 60 yards or more field goals. 3 of them happened in Denver because of the altitude. What I love the fact is that when you look at the standings, a tie doesn't even really help them. It actually makes it worse for them because of how many games they trail by Oakland. So they were going to try to make up distance.
Good
Even
point.
though losing
Had to.
doesn't necessarily help you,
Yeah.
certainly a tie doesn't help you either.
Yeah, they're in the fight for the wild card. So I guess in that situation, it's do or die. He went for
So
it.
play to win the game?
Play to win the game, baby.
We
You
all
crowned
agree.
him.
Yes.
You might as well go for a
Play
Hail
to
Mary.
win
Probably
the game.
Same result.
Hey, Herm. I miss Herm. Oh, coming up. Oh, good. I can't believe we waited until the end of the show for this. Marcellus' Clippers only scored 70 points in a loss.
Best team in the league.
And so it begins. They are on a 2-game losing streak. Are you ready to jump ship, Marcellus?
What you mean?
Best team in the league.
This water's cold. What you mean jump shit? I'm already off. This is SportsNation. Come on.